Russian forces launched massive strikes on Ukraine's northeastern city of Kharkiv on Thursday, resulting in the deaths of at least 7 people. The Russian attacks caused damage to the railway infrastructure in Kharkiv and its neighboring areas, injuring at least 24 people. Russian troops declared control over Adrivka village in the eastern Donetsk region of Ukraine. Earlier on Thursday morning, a series of explosions rocked the Russian city of Belgorod, though no casualties were reported following a missile alert. DD India's Megume Lim joins us live from Kiev now. Megume, fighting is continuing in Kharkiv region after Russian forces launched a ground offensive last week. What is the current battlefield situation there?
That's right. As you said, fighting has indeed continued in Ukraine's Kharkiv region since Russian forces launched their ground offensive last week. In Ukraine's northeast, there are street battles taking place in the town of Vovchansk, just 5 kilometers from the Russian border. Now, Ukraine is saying that they still control about 60% of the town. This is where Russian forces advanced towards when they launched a ground incursion, and this place has become the focal point of ongoing battles. But indeed, street battles are taking place, and according to Ukraine's top commander Alexander Syrsky, he's saying that Russian troops are suffering heavy losses there. We do not know the kind of losses Ukrainian troops are suffering. They do not disclose their own losses, but according to Syrsky, Russia is having to deploy more reserves, more troops from different sectors and directions to Vovchansk to continue their assault on the town. Now, farther west from Vovchansk in the town of Lipsy, this is also another sector where Russian forces launched their incursion into. There's also fighting going on there, but according to Syrsky, Russian forces have reportedly switched to a more active defense posture. They are reportedly laying down landmines around the village of Lipsy while continuing to strike at Ukrainian positions. Now, it appears that Russian forces are still trying to advance towards the city of Kharkiv, although analysts have said that they do not have the resources to capture Ukraine's second largest city. But it appears that they are trying to get close enough, at least 20 kilometers close enough, so that Kharkiv city will be within their artillery range. Now, if this happens, this would mean more devastation, more destruction on Ukraine's second largest city, making life incredibly untenable for the people living there.
Thank you, Megumi, for those updates. In a new statement, Russia's foreign ministry said on Thursday that it continues to advocate for a weapon-free space following a failed Russian-drafted resolution that called on all UNSC countries to prevent for all time placement, threat or use of any weapons in outer space.
The Russian Federation, being an author of a number of fundamental incentives aimed at prevention of arms race in space, will continue to make its contribution to keep the space free of any weapons. It will prevent turning space into yet another sphere of armed confrontation. We will continue to promote exclusively peaceful exploration of space for the benefit of entire humankind and on equal basis.
Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova added on Thursday that Moscow will retaliate with strikes on British targets if British weapons are used by Ukraine in the conflict. This was in response to British Foreign Secretary David Cameron's statement on Ukraine's right to use weapons provided by London to hit targets inside Russia.
On May 6th, in a Russian Foreign Ministry statement, we directly said that in response to strikes using British weapons against the territory of our country, we may strike any British military objects and weaponry in Ukraine and beyond.